new state law requires Lyft and Uber drivers to carry more liability insurance.
As of January 1st, transportation network company drivers need additional coverage. Coverage when the app is on, even if no one else is in the car. Tonight, KEYE TV's Melanie Torrey joins us to explain what this means for thousands of Texans.
Yes, well, the basic minimum liability coverage in Texas is 30, 60, 25. That means you're covered for $30,000 per person injured in a wreck, up to a total of $60,000 per accident, and $25,000 in property damage per accident. A new state law requires TNC drivers to have 50/150 coverage just when the app is on, then $1 million in coverage when they're giving a ride.
It's safety for both the driver and the passenger.
Safety in the form of more insurance. Transportation network companies like Uber and Lyft already provide their drivers with commercial liability insurance up to $1 million. But this new law affects those moments in between.
That gray area is when you don't have a passenger in the vehicle, who's covering you, and I think that's the part that nobody is clearly addressing.
Uber and Lyft driver Anthony Nguyen is currently navigating what the insurance requirement means for him.
Either you get an endorsement from your personal insurance policy, or Uber and Lyft pays for it.
Either way, if you drive for a TNC, you must have that extra coverage. $50,000 for each injured person in a wreck, up to a total of $100,000 per accident, and property damage coverage up to $50,000 per accident.
And a lot of insurance companies are taking a close look at it, seeing if they want to offer this type of policy.
Industry experts recommend TNC drivers talk with their insurance agents to make sure they have the right coverage, because at the end of the day, they're the ones behind the wheel and they're the ones responsible.
If a TNC driver ends up getting the new TNC endorsement added to their personal policy, then they'll own that coverage outright. However, it would likely increase their monthly auto insurance costs. TNC drivers will need to talk to the companies they drive for, as well as their insurance agents, to make sure they're covered at the right amounts. Melanie Torrey, KEYE TV News.
Thanks, Mel.
Well, a new state law requires Lyft and Uber drivers to get more liability insurance.
Ride-sharing drivers now need additional coverage when the app is on, even if no one else is in their car. The basic minimum liability coverage in Texas, it's called 30, 60, 25. Here's how it breaks down. You're covered for $30,000 per person hurt in a wreck, and up to a total of $60,000 per accident, $25,000 for property damage. Now, the new law changes it to 50, 125 when the app is on. It goes up to $1 million in coverage when they're giving a ride.
Either you get an endorsement from your personal insurance policy, or Uber and Lyft pays for it.
By the way, drivers must have extra coverage. Industry experts recommend they talk with their insurance agents to make sure that they do have the right coverage.